So today we're doing the most original video that you probably have never seen on YouTube before. I'm answering questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. I've done this before. It's not my first time doing one of these. And in case you don't follow me on Instagram and you want to be part of this, feel free to just drop me a question down below, and at some point over the course of the next couple of days, or I guess however long this video's around, I will try to answer questions you guys might have before me. So just feel free to just ask anything down below. And also while you're at it, if you enjoy seeing a video like this, a little bit different, hit that thumbs up. In fact, here's the deal we're gonna do. For every like that this video gets, I will pet my dog. Starting with this first like right here. Here you go. Boom. And before this video gets like 1 billion likes, and then I gotta pet my dog that many times. Not that I don't already do it every single day, but it is what it is. Alright, let's get into the first question. If you could revive any series, whether it be a video game or movie, what would it be? Oh, I have an easy one. Actually, can I do two? We're gonna do two. For the first one, I gotta go with Mega Man Legends, or I guess in this case, Mega Man 64. This man is still stuck in the moon. Guess you have no idea, you never played the series. They released Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 on the PlayStation, and then they released the first game on the 64 as well, and then they just kind of canceled it. Now, I think back in like 2000, like what, 11 or 12, whatever it was, they announced Mega Man Legends 3 and then it got canceled. It's like they teased us. Like, the man is still stuck on the moon. Get him off of it. The next one definitely has got to be Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is a one-off game that was released on the Nintendo 64 as well. Then again, I feel like if they dropped the Conker's Bad Fur Day in today's standards, it would get canceled like frame 1. More reason to release it, I guess. I would love to see what they would do with a game like this in today's standards. I guess in a situation like this, I can ask you the same question. If you could bring back any movie or game, what would you want? Let me know down below. Besides Legends, is there a game you consider yourself GOAT at and you dare to anyone to challenge you? First of all, I don't consider myself GOAT at Legends or at any game at all. I try not to take games too serious. I don't know if you guys noticed that, because like, when I take games too serious, I end up burning out on them a lot faster and then I end up not having a good time. That's why every single game that I play on this channel, or just in general, I go super, let's say hardcore casual. I'm like a hardcore casual at every single game that I play, because I feel like if I get to the point where I'm just obsessing too much over a game, I'm just not going to enjoy it, and I'm just going to end up not playing, which I don't want to do. That's why every single game that I play, whether it is just on my spare time or on a channel, I'll just play like sparingly. You know, I'll hop in, I'll do a couple matches in Legends, in Fighters, in Xenoverse, and then call it a day. But when I get to the point where I'm just like playing it non-stop 24/7, that's when I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm not playing it. I don't consider myself good at any of these games. I just play them for fun, and that's why it should be end of the day. Not to say that being competitive is a bad thing. You absolutely should always strive to be better than you can be before, but for me specifically, I just try to just be as casual as I can, because at the end of the day, all I care about is having fun. Where's Dotto Dumbass at? That's a good question. Where is Dotto's Dumbass at? I guess let me know down below. What's your favorite part about your job? I guess I gotta say the freedom, you know. I mean, I control everything, you know. I'm a one-man army. I don't have like an editor or anything. I do everything on my own. But as long as I get my job done, I have a lot of freedom that I can kind of dictate whether I wanna, you know, play stuff on my own or stream or just go out and stuff like that. Ironically, because I am a one-man army, I end up just basically making content 24/7, and by the time I'm done, it's like, it's either I'm like exhausted or it's like end of the day and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. And if I do have energy, I'll actually live stream. So kind of ironic how I say I have a lot of freedom when I actually don't. But you know what? I would never trade it for anything in the world. I had a 9-to-5 before, a terrible one by the way, and I never want to go back to that. So yeah, I'm gonna just give you a recommendation right now. If there's anything you want to do, build your own dream out there before someone hires you to build their dream. That's all I'm gonna say. What is the best advice you've been given early on in your career? I never received any advice. I'm not even kidding. I've never received any help in regards to like what I was supposed to do, which direction I was supposed to go. In fact, that's actually why I try to be so open about it with you guys in regards to giving y'all advice whether I'm you know, doing it in the video format or when I'm live and you guys ask questions, because I literally had nobody telling me like, hey, you're doing the right thing, or if you do X, Y, and Z, you can do better at it. I never had any of that stuff. I had to teach myself taxes. I had to teach myself how to do investing. I had to teach myself how to edit and all that stuff. Like, I kind of figured it out on my own. Yeah, I guess the best advice I ever received early in my career is for myself, and that was following my gut into doing content creation. I don't know. I would just tell you guys, always just follow your gut. If it feels right, then I guess do it, as long as it's legal, of course, and stuff like that. Thoughts on Mugen Train? I just watched the last night and it was amazing. It was my first time back in the theater since February of 2019, right? Yeah, it's been over a year. First time back, no, I guess 2020. First time being back in the theater, and number one, it felt really weird, but man, it was worth it. This movie was amazing, and I want to see it again. So yeah, I highly recommend it. If it's safe for you guys to go out and see it, definitely go check it out. Demon Slayer is like definitely worth all the hype. Nothing personal. If you went back in time to redo actions you have done, what would it be? I would definitely tell young me to, number one, buy more vintage Pokemon boxes, and two, for the love of God, buy Bitcoin. Buy a lot of Bitcoin. It's funny looking back at it when Bitcoin was first popping up. I remember it was a thing. But I was just too broke. I mean, if I would, you know, have a time machine, I would definitely go back in time and tell myself, like, hey, just save up some money and buy a little bit. Because even a little bit is worth a lot today. So yeah, I would definitely just say that. And the other one definitely will be buy Pokemon boxes. Now the question is what would be better, to buy a lot of Pokemon boxes or Bitcoin? I mean, at this point, they're both worth a lot today. So there's no wrong answer there. Whenever we get into 3 Idiots YouTube channel, we get this question actually a lot, and the answer is never. It's just because it's way too complicated to manage another channel, number one, and two, a channel that's run by 3 people that won't always have uploads. That makes sense. YouTube does not like it when you don't upload. You guys, if we had a 3 Idiots channel, you guys would never know that we have a video upload, just because like it would just get buried basically by the algorithm. So I think we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing right now, and that is whenever me, Dotto, or Dion have an idea for 3 Idiots video, we'll upload on our own channel, and then when someone else does, they'll upload on their channel, and their channel, and their channel. It's just better and more easier that way. But as far as having a solo channel, it will be way too complicated, and we already have too much on our plate as is. I mean, Dion barely uploads as he is. Look at him. Y'all want another channel? If you want to see more 3 Idiots content, the best suggestion I have is if you go to any of our videos and give us recommendations for what you want to see us play, whether it be on my channel or Dion's channel, Dal's channel, let us know. And then every now and then when we see an idea that sticks out, we're gonna be like, you know what? Let's try that one. What's the story behind the Dino stance? This is actually hilarious. So I don't remember what it was. I don't know if this was like Anime Expo or TwitchCon or what, but Nana was at my house and he made a joke that he's gonna bring over Skyrim, because we have this joke between our friend circle about how much we keep buying copies of Skyrim every time they re-release it. And basically what happened was Nana walked into the room like this, and he was just kind of like holding the game up while holding my phone to, I guess, to kind of get my reaction. But I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of like zoned out. I was like, what are you doing? Because I was looking at him. I was looking at what was in his hand. So he kind of snapped that photo when my dumbass was just standing there. And it's like, oh, wow. And when he posted it, everybody was like, wow, why did you Photoshop Rhyme into this? Because I looked so awkward. My body actually wasn't supposed to look like the way it did. So yeah, that's essentially what happened. It's like I was so awkward that it became a thing. And yeah. Do you play Dragon Ball games often? No, I do not, actually. I'm not even kidding. I will play Dragon Ball games every so often, depending on my mood. Like, you know, I'll have that mood where I'll play fighters for like a week straight, nonstop. I'm like hardcore about it. And then I'll go like I am right now, where I haven't played a game in a month. And the reason why is just because playing a single type of game over and over again, especially once you play a lot, can get very draining. If I keep playing, imagine if I still play Xenoverse daily, like what, 5-6 years later, I would not be having a good time. So to, I guess, keep myself from burning out and just not wanting to play the games ever again, I kind of just play what I'm in the mood for, and if I am not having a good time with the game, I'm just gonna put it down until I'm excited to play it. That's why I guess I tend to get less burned out than most people do that focus on just like a solo game. Like, imagine just playing one game for the rest of your life for like years. It's just like, you go crazy, anybody can go crazy. But for me, in order to just not get burned out in these games, especially one that I focus on my channel, I try not to play 24/7 because that's just very unhealthy. Thoughts about taking a break? You've been uploading daily for quite some time now. Yeah, I will not take a break, because if I take a break, I'm not coming back. I've been uploading daily since January 2014, and I was doing 2 to 3 videos a day for like about 3 to 4 years back then. And the reason why I like to I don't take breaks is because, well, honestly, I have this streak right now. If I break the streak, I feel like I will break the streak again, and then the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. So I'd rather not do that. But as far as like taking a break, what I try to do is I have a system designed for myself right now that makes sense. Like right now, I will basically do like 1 video a day. As I get closer to the end of the week, what I try to do is I try to double up my uploads. So by the time it hits Friday, I don't actually have to record or edit on Saturday and Sunday, and usually Fridays as well. So it's kind of like my off time. Those are my breaks. I just have to double up my work ethic earlier in the week so I can manage to get to that point. But that's kind of like what I've been doing for like the last 2 years. It has been working out really well. So yeah. But as far as taking a break, I don't want to get rid of my streak. I mean, 2014, it's been like what, 6-7 years daily? I want to see how far I can go with this. What video blew up your channel? None. That's not how it works. I mean, I remember when I had like 50 subs, I want to say 100 subs. I had a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 video or 3. I don't remember which one it was. It was a Call of Duty video that just blew up. It got like 90,000 views in like a day. And I remember thinking like, yep, this is it. my channel's about to bang, and then nothing happened the next day. That's the thing, like, you can have a video that just absolutely blows up, and it doesn't do anything for you. What blows up a channel is you, the content creator, because you have to basically be the one that builds the audience, that tells people to come back to your content on a daily basis, or like, I guess, a couple times a week. And that ended up happening when I started focusing more on doing Dragon Ball content, because back in the day, I used to just kind of do everything to see what worked. You know, I was doing Call of Duty, I was doing Minecraft, I was doing Borderlands, I was doing classic, like, Nintendo games, and I would get, like, you know, 100 views, 200 views, 300 views, 1,000 views every now and then, but nothing that was kind of, like, consistent, until I started doing Dragon Ball content. I remember I uploaded Raging Blast videos, and I was like, man, there's a lot of people out here that like Dragon Ball as much as I do. Because back then, I thought I was like the only one. And when I started posting Dragon Ball videos, people started coming on a daily basis. I was like, whoa, maybe I should just kind of focus on Dragon Ball. And then when Xenoverse happened, boom. So I guess you can say no video blew up my channel, but I guess Xenoverse kind of helped me get, I guess, more on the radar with the algorithm, and I guess the people that started watching me on daily. But even before that, I was doing like Dragon Block. Remember Battles, he was like a big thing. And Xenoverse was really the one that kind of like changed the game for me, and it kind of made me focus on YouTube as like a real job. That makes sense. Do you plan on playing any other gacha games besides Legends of Dokkan? No. What's your thoughts on how Dokkan is currently going? That's a good question, man. I remember 3 years ago, around the year 3 anniversary, I got to the point where I was like, where is Dokkan going to go? What are they going to do? Because I was kind of bored with the game. It was like they were declining, and then they started introducing categories. They started introducing like the nicer animations, and I was like, yo, okay, Dokkan, I see you. And I'm in the same situation today. I'm like, what are they going to do next? Because I feel like it hasn't been as hype, at least to me. I mean, I don't know how you guys are. You can let me know down below. But it hasn't been as hype just due to the fact that it's like, they're not really doing anything that's like ridiculous, if that makes sense. You know, they released Videl, which I didn't care about. They released a Broly, which I didn't care about. And now we're seeing a GT Goku and Vegeta that don't transform, but they go Super Saiyan 4, part of their like, active skills or something like that I'm not really interested for. I mean, I might summon for it here and there. But as far as like the hype that I used to have with Dokkan, it's just not really there, just because I feel like they're kind of stuck in their own bubble, if that makes sense. No pun intended. I want to see what they do next. If they do something that's super refreshing and hype and excited, then I can see a huge future for the game. But right now, I don't know where they're going with it. And I guess we'll see more as we go into the next couple months. But I don't know. That's a good question for you guys as well. How do you guys feel about Dokkan? I mean, in general, I've been seeing what you guys been saying about it. But I guess I'm gonna pose a question for you guys. So again, let me know down below. How do you guys feel about the current state of the game? How hard was it getting back the Pokemon cards back then compared to now? That is a funny question, because if I looked at prices of Pokemon today, and I was coming back, I would just be like, yeah, I missed the boat. I mean, even something like this, you know, a Charizard. This used to be like a $30 card back in 2016. Now, if you were to buy a near mint, regular unlimited base Charizard, you're talking about $1,000 at least. And it might not even be in the best condition, you know. I remember buying base set packs for like 40 bucks, 50 bucks, 60 bucks back in 2016. Now they're like 1,000 a pack, 700 a pack. Like, it's ridiculous. So yeah, if I try to come back today, I would just be like, yeah, I think I'm good. Now, you might ask me, what about modern cards? I probably wouldn't have came back. The thing that made me get into modern day Pokemon is because I went back in 2016 and I started getting stuff like this again. I held it in my hand. I'm like, man, I kind of want to collect more. The only way I would have came back to modern day Pokemon today is if I just randomly got a box of cards, was like, yeah, let's open this, and then pulled something hype down. I was like, you know what? This is fun. But otherwise, the thing that mostly led me to come back now was getting these back then. And today, they're just way too expensive, if you ask me. That's the funny thing, is like, people always know that I have a lot of like ridiculously valued cards, but I never paid those prices. Like the $130,000 Lugia that I have, I pulled it out of a pack that's paid $90 for. I pulled it out of a $90 pack, which even that was expensive, you know, when I bought those packs. I got it for in a $90 pack, and I got it graded, and I just happened to get lucky enough to pull one that was in a perfect condition, which is like the big thing with it. So yeah, it's way hard to come back to Pokemon today, unless of course you're just trying to get into modern, in which case it's still hard because modern day Pokemon cards are even hard to find. If there was one card in your collection that you would never sell, which one would it be? Easy answer. Definitely the Lugia. Like I said, not only did I pull this card, but I pulled a perfect grade 10 card. In case you have no idea what a grade card is, when you get a card graded, they give you a score from 1 to 10. 10 is the best, 1 is the worst. 10 means this is like pretty much flawless. There's only 42 of these in the world, and the reason why the number is so low is because when these cards are first made, the Neo Genesis set back in the 2000 era, the print quality was just awful. If you were lucky enough to pull this Lugia, it would have a bunch of scratches and a hollow pattern, the back will be messed up, and it was just basically very, very hard to get a perfect one. But since then, there's been 42, I believe, that graded a PSA 10, and I have one of them. This is the same Lugia that sold for $130,000 back in like September, October of 2020. You know, the funny thing about this card is, as far as playability back in the day, this is an awful card to use. I mean, 90 damage and you have to remove all your energy was not a good card. But end of the day, Lugia is iconic. It's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I just, like I said, it was a journey getting this, and because of that, this card is literally going to go to grave with me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here because I don't want this to be too crazy long. But again, if you have any other questions that you have always had from me, feel free to drop it down below. With that said, if you want to see more content like this in the future, hit that thumbs up. And again, for every like, I will pet my dog 1 time. So, if you don't like this video, then you hate puppies, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.